I am the war chief.
I wasn't sure if I was going to make a dedicated reaction video to this song. Um, Hello, friends. You guys have seen the title and the thumbnail. We are taking a look at Gura's Ash Again original, no? And it's a hell of a production. It seems like as of now, it has 3.7 million views. Um, Written and produced by Casey Edwards. Animation by Mazu, as in Myth Bad Ending Mazu. And the reason why I wasn't sure is because those of you who know me better, or closer to me, know that I've had my misgivings about her situation the past 2 years. When Myth was starting out, there were no issues whatsoever. There were times when Val and I would listen into her karaoke's and look forward to music, those kinds of things, and we really saw that there was so much potential there, and you know, past 2 years felt more like unfulfilled potential. But after seeing how people reacted to it and seeing the discussion about it uh, online, right? There were a lot of comments and interpretations about the lyrics, and seeing as that's our brand, apart from the whiplash, felt like this was something that we should give a shot. Something we really should be looking at. So, if you're listening to that little ramble, appreciate it. But let's go on to the quick pass and the subsequent lyric breakdown. All right, here we go. First impression of that animation is already striking. This is frustrating for me. Listen to how damn good her vocals are. Look how well animated it is. But I am so... This is the voice that I've been looking for. And it's the last time I'm getting it. This is heavy. Listen to the instrumentation in the background. My goodness. Wow. Wow. That was a really cute little head shake with the water splashing. This is definitely Mazu's signature. Look at it. The dead expression in her eyes. Wow. The coloration suddenly of the Burn It Down there. It really stands out in this black and white. You see the subtitles there in the MV dripping. This looks like blood. Tear it down and burn it down. Wow. Wow. The slowdown before the actual big impact. That door. Title drop. Oh, that looks real painful. Oh, that looked painful. The visual representation of what this all is. It's not just the drowning, it's like perhaps, in the sunken depths, all the pressure she feels. And I do feel a little called out here because I am one of those voices asking when's the next time, when's she coming back, those kinds of things. And I don't know, the way that pulls you down in hands. Oh, okay. Wow. Myth kept her going and kept her from sinking. A wonderful visual representation. Oh! That's a fantastic drop there. Wow. All the CCs here are kind of overlapping the other CCs. The world falls through. The light there, the shadows moving. When it all ends, I'll do it again. Will you really? And I feel like opening that door, right, was a representation of her leaving. Brilliant. That's the thing, right? It is so damn good. It's like this is what she could have done. This is her potential. And at the same time, it's so bittersweet because this is the last time we'll get anything like this. Like I said, I did feel called out here. They say the memory of me is fading. Don't tell me everyone around is waiting. Right? I'll admit, I was one of those voices. Those misgivings for for the perceived inactivity. I had that kind of mentality that, if you don't want to be here anymore, there's nothing stopping you from going. It sounds harsh. It sounds cold. I know. But to me, it's also like, if you're really not happy anymore, if it's not good for your health anymore, then there's no real reason to keep prolonging it, right? It's certainly a complicated situation, and only the little shark really has all the answers here. We're just onlookers, and we form opinions based on what little information we are privy to. But we are also the viewers, and should I say expectations? There's a certain expectation of what we get from our content creators. Seeing what she is able to put out here really made me, a little bit sad with how this is pretty much the second solo original song she's put out. Hearing that voice, hearing how she's evolved and improved, like, it was all sitting there. It was right there. That whole thing about she said at the end, this is the end, I'll do it again. But you say that as you open the door, Would you really do it all over again? If your circumstances were different, if maybe you didn't have the pressure of being the 4 mil VTuber, if you did not become the face of VTubing in the West, would it have been different? Would you really have done it again? Questions to ponder. Let's rewind. Let's give the lyrics a good, a good listening. It's a slow-paced song, so the lyrics are quite easy to digest. So let's go. Really leaves a strong impression from the get-go.
Face to face with time again. We walk once more to the end.
The end of what is the question, right? Is it the end of her stay? Face to face with time again. We walk once more to the end. Immediately tells me these are questions she's pondered more than once. It's a familiar conversation, rather.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Waves can't put out my flame. Death will never write my name. Burn it down.
Death will never write my name. The waves can put out the flame. Is that the flame of like what little passion she has left? It's not the waves that'll put it out. Maybe it's herself. Maybe the waves are like outside interference, outside circumstances. Death will never write my name. I mean, VTuber graduation, like the death, quote unquote, of a VTuber. She still has this legacy. The Gura channel will still be there.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
Oh, the violence of the imagery.
They say the memory of me is fading.
One of those voices. I am one of those in the they. Can you blame us, though? The memory fades when you're not around.
I've heard it all before.
Of course she has.
Tell me everyone around is waiting.
This one. This one is the line that was a left hook to the face. Don't tell me everyone around is waiting and it's her with a guitar, right? Because it's usually the music. We're asking, when's the next thing? When's the next thing? Which inevitably, puts pressure on her and all the other talents that we ask those questions to. We're always looking for the next thing as an audience. This tells me that she really was not ready to be in the position that she was put in. But it's rough because that's part of the nature of your job. You're not just a VTuber, you're a hololive member. Tear it down, burn it down. It's like what I'm saying. It's like what I'm saying. If you don't want to be here, there's nothing keeping you here. Tear it down, burn it down. End the channel. And then when she does actually, tear it down, burn it down, when she actually does pull the trigger and graduate, we're the ones regretting it too. It's like, it's the end. That's all it is. Like, this is all we're getting now. It's the last that we're getting. Ugh. The world falls through. After all, ash is what's left of when things burn down. Hands that pull at my thread, and then this. Hands that pull my thread, them drown. These are the voices, the pressure. And she wants to drown them out. Expression. Wait for washing the tide. Yep. Around at this point, it's quite a bit of repetition. And at this point, right, don't tell me everyone around is waiting. Earlier, it was, these violent reactions. And then here is the payoff. This is constantly emphasized. It was such a tug of war of emotions. Because we are waiting. Really is the danger of the whole thing with content creation. Like, some people were just not equipped to deal with the level of pressure that would come with it. And I don't think she would, perhaps, I'm pretty sure she never expected to become the 4 million VTuber. Became the face of, VTubing in the West. Bam! Yeah, we'll pay. All is ash again, kind of back to the initial state, right? And here is the imagery that really gets me. Not just how violent that is, but like she's trying, there are two Guras, they're both internal, right? There aren't literally two of them. It's her struggling with her thoughts. One is ready to go, and then the other is like, wait, don't open that door yet, right? Bam! And I believe that imagery really, because I'm pretty sure that this door represents the graduation, putting it to an end. There was a part of her that's been ready for a while. Even in her grad announcement, she did say it's been a long time coming. So this was ready for a long time. But there's a small part of her that was still like, don't. The other part is still trying to stop her. Conflict with your two inner thoughts lead to a bit of a spiral, right? Going into the abyss, swim against the currents, aim. Sunken depths and all of its debris. It's really at the lowest point, from being pushed down by all the pressure. No more hands upon my words when you speak for me. Essentially, it was her coming to a decision on her own terms. She is still undeniable. She's the wave that pulls you down and under. A lot of people were first exposed to VTubing through her too, Then this part. Ame, Kali, Iwawa, Ina, her own resolve. Essentially, really, that they were the ones helping her out, like stopping her from drowning, quote unquote. Fantastic drop there. animated fantastically still. Let's remove this easier to let it be more cinematic. See the shadows going down there? The shadows here going downward. The shadows here going upward. This was her coming to terms with herself. Because here it was the conflict. And she comes to that decision after all the internal conflict, after all the discussion with her genmates, on her own terms. She opens that door. I feel like this song really encapsulated very strongly, very emotionally, what really goes on in the mind of someone who is in this industry, in the business, and is having their fair share of doubts. Like, right as you're on the cusp of graduating, this is probably what it's like. You know, while I did have my misgivings, and I have my opinions. I guess at the end of the day, we just appreciate that she was really a key member of hololive. And regardless of all the circumstances that came through, you know, the situations that she was not probably prepared for, I think we can still say just a simple thank you, Gura. Thank you, little shark. That's really all I have to say at this point. This was a longer video, so I appreciate you guys for getting to the end of it, if you did. And with that, I would say this session is adjourned. Everybody, just take care of yourselves. Have a lovely rest of your day, afternoon, evening. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Senator War Chief signing out. What's the sin?